this beautiful weather after a week long of thunderstorm and rainfall. Welcome back to A Bite More, guys. And today I'll be taking you around my house in search of wild mushrooms. These are known as jharecheo. They usually grow in groups like this and is found in damp areas during rainy season. Please kindly watch out if you do not know the difference between edible and poisonous mushroom. I'm very lucky enough that I need not go very far away to search for wild mushrooms or ferns. It's generally available in and around my home. Normally 10 to 15 days into your rainy season, it would be the perfect time for you to go for mushroom hunting. My elder brother is actually a genius when it comes to searching for mushroom. He can actually sniff them out from every corners. So I've never returned back home empty-handed when I've been foraging with him. So typically we have two major type of mushrooms that we find around my area. This is one of them called jharecheo, and we have the other variation known as kalungicheo. So kalungicheo are much bigger and is more rarer to find. But if you still wanna give it a shot, I suggest walking around areas where there are a lot of damp leaves accumulated. Mushrooms are amongst those vegetables that really shrink once it cooks. So if you're happy and you can feed your family, then you can start the cleaning process. We generally don't wash the mushrooms because these are fungus, so it tends to melt away. So you can just pick out the tip in case your stems are really dirty. Otherwise, you can just wipe off the extra mud. I anyways like mushrooms a lot, but the intensity of these wild mushrooms, it's very rare. You can find it only in these wild variations of mushrooms. Well, the store-bought ones are also really good, but for me it's just too good to be true because I've never found such, perfectly shaped and clean mushrooms in the wild otherwise. Just look at this amazing day. I can't even tell you how heavily it was raining for the past few days and accompanied by thunderstorm and lightning. It's just the worst. So I'm going to start by heating up some mustard oil. As soon as it gets smoky, I'm going to add a lot of garlic and some chilies to it. So while cooking mushrooms, I think garlic has always been the most essential ingredient that goes hand in hand. The other ingredients are just those that you can actually do without. But since we have it, why not use it? I'm using some green chilies, which is not at all spicy. It's just got a very subtle flavor to it. Half of red onions and 1 tomato. So I'm just going to saute this for a little while. So what you're generally looking for is you're looking for a translucent colored onion and a little bit mushed up tomatoes. Once you're done sauteing your onions and your tomatoes, this would be a perfect time for you to put in your mushrooms. Make sure that your pan is big enough because when your mushrooms are raw, it's going to take a lot of space. So when you're cooking your mushrooms, there are a couple of things that you need to remember. Firstly is garlic. You can never go wrong with garlic in your mushrooms. The other thing that you need to remember is please be generous with your oil, and if you're like me and you're using mustard oil, remember that we cannot drizzle mustard oil at the end. So please be mindful and heat a little extra in the beginning. In case it's too much, you can anyways drain it out. Another reminder, if you're cooking anything that shrinks or diminishes as it cooks, like any leafy vegetables or mushrooms, remember Add in only a little bit of salt in the beginning because you do not want the salt to be too much, as your vegetable is anyways going to shrink and decrease. Feel free to adjust the salt according to your taste during the last phase of the cooking process. Keep on stirring. Mushrooms don't take a lot of time to cook. In case the stems are really thick and hard, you can actually add a little bit of water, close the lid and let it cook. But Jhare Chew has very thin stems, so it takes only a couple of minutes for it to cook. So I'm just going to constantly stir it around. Now as you can see, the mushroom has decreased significantly. There's just the exact amount of oil needed. And there you go guys, your mushroom is ready to be served. Thank you for watching guys. When you're here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye, take care.